was in the 80s when my dad brought the 6.9 450 SEL. And I mean, in the 80s in Russia, in Armenia, you had mainly Ladas around and Volgas around. And all of a sudden this car comes in, over-engineered. It looked like a UFO among all those, square Ladas. And some of the impressions that, people gave out is, this is a German car, and, what we see around the Russian cars, and Russia beat, Germany in World War II. And look what they're making, and look what we're driving. My car is a 1989 560 SEC with an AMG conversion. The SEC represents the coupe version of the larger sedans, what's equivalent today to the, let's say, CL models. Well, SEC class in general, I would say, it's a very advanced car for the time. They started to work on this car in the late 70s. This car premiered in 80, and they manufactured this car almost the same way up until 91. And that's a long run. I mean, it has classic lines. The design is timeless. You have this open window, pillarless coupe. Just the form on it, just the lines on this car, just, when you look at this car from a side view, it's such an elegant, such a graceful design. Just on the looks of it, I get compliments from car enthusiasts and non-car enthusiasts. I think it was one of the great successes of Mercedes. It's very comfortable. It's the proportions, everything about it. I think they just spot on. Mercedes just got this spot on. I've had this car for about 8 years. I've enjoyed it. I've always enjoyed my cars. Some people say that it's a collector car, you shouldn't be driving that much, but it's been my daily driver for 8 years. It's been reliable. I mean, I take care of it. I don't let problems to get out of hand. The most unreliable part is the gas, of course. On a very good day, 9-10 miles to the gallon. Of course, if I behave, if I don't, gas it, don't floor it all the time, if I just drive like my mom does, I probably would get 13, 14, but then what's the point of having 6-liter engine in it if you're not gonna use it? Even though AMG provided many options for their customers, mine specifically has the AMG body kit on it, has the front apron, has the side skirts, has the wheels, has the rear spoiler, has all the chrome blacked out, has the AMG badging. As far as the interior goes, I have just AMG badging on the instrument cluster. I have the very hard to find AMG shift knob. Engine, this particular one was bored out to 6 liters. It has the AMG camshaft on it. It has the AMG exhaust manifolds and the downpipes. It has a different rear end. It's just tuned differently. Even the transmission is tuned a little bit differently. If you floor it, it shifts every time it gets to the red line. That's how it shifts. It just holds it as much as it can, especially on the higher gears. I know a lot of BMW fanatics would disagree, but once you drive a Mercedes, especially like an older Mercedes, once you own them, once you get used to them, they're like a disease that get into you, and you just cannot overlook how well they're put together. 2000 and below, the way they're put together, the way they're engineered, they're just made to last. You have to appreciate Mercedes for what it is. For every 10 years, it had at least 2-3 models that have become legends and collectible cars. So it has a very rich history. Well, first time when I drove this car, it was a sense of accomplishment. I was able to come across by accident, and I finally got, the car that I dreamed of since I was a little kid. Finally acquired a piece of Mercedes history. Throughout the day, I'm looking for a reason to drive the car. I'll find a reason to go somewhere just so I can drive the car. So it has grown on me, and it has become sort of like a part of me.